Test. Couldn't get my weights out there. Alright, hi guys, Chris here from Electric Fitness. So I'm going to do something different and do a bit of a follow along. So in this particular workout, we're doing a windlass cycle, following the NC Fit program, and we're into I think week 3, where we're doing 3 sets of 2s based on your 2 RM or 1 RM, and it'll be 3 working sets at 80, and then jump to 90 and 95. So it's going to be quite challenging. This is my second workout today. I'm just going to do the strength piece. I hadn't caught up on this back squat one today. So I've done a little bit of warm up before. Now I just do a bit of a barbell warm up. So yeah, just be like a follow along of what I'm thinking when I'm doing, say, a back squat, especially in this case, a heavy back squat. What I did before this was I did some banded ankle mobility, just to really try and loosen up the back of the ankles. So I find when you get rid of that stiffness, you can get into the bottom of a squat a lot better with a really vertical chest, rather than sort of dumping forward and getting that really bad position when it gets heavy. The more vertical you are, you're just going to be able to drive out a lot better, I find. All right, so I'm going to do 5 reps doing Kang squats, which is like a good morning into the bottom of a squat, of a back squat, into the bottom of a good morning, and then back up standing tall. So I'm just going to do 5 reps of that. Usually when I load the barbell, I like to have the barbell pretty much for everything I do, like strict press, back squats, front squats. Always place it so it's around about where my collarbone is. So this is probably maybe one little bit notch too low. I could have it maybe 1 higher, but all I want to do is be able to have a bit of a quarter squat to get into the bar, and also when I rack it, just have a little quarter squat to get out of the bar, rather than being too low to get into it and also too high when you don't want to be on your tippy toes trying to racket the bar. You want to be in a controlled sort of environment. Also, you want to face the rack this way, only because when you step out and when you're going to re-rack it, you want to actually see where the J hooks are. If you're facing this way and you rack it out, and when you go to re-rack it, you're going backwards, you're not quite sure where the J hooks are. That's the only reason why we face the squat rack towards the squat rack rather than away. Right, so I'll get into my Kang squats. So just empty barbell. So it's just going to be a good morning into the bottom of a back squat, into the bottom of a good morning, stand tall, playing around with my feet width, see what feels right for today. Usually just something underneath the hips, maybe slightly outside my shoulders. So good morning, bottom of a back squat, into a good morning, stand tall. Oh, I did some deadlifts this morning, so it's actually good. Stretch through the hamstrings as well. All right, I think that was 5. All right, so then I'm just going to go into 5 barbell back squats. All right. So I might adjust these J hooks to 1 higher. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. Yeah, that's right where my clavicle is. All right, so I'm going to be doing 3 working sets at 80% of my 1RM, then 90, 95 apparently today. I'll see how I go. So basically till then I'm just warming up with lighter loads until I get to that 80%. When it's a bit lighter, I like to do less reps, but I might do like maybe a set of 4s, 4 reps, and I'll eventually jump to 2s when it gets probably above 100. And try and keep about 2 minutes rest between sets, especially when it's on heavy days and you're just doing 3 working sets. Really rest is the biggest thing I tell all the guys. Give yourself enough time to recover for the next heavy 2. All right, so I'll load up the barbell. It's like on deadlift days and back squat days, you've got to get all the plates out. Oh. It's actually extra work that you've got to do. So I'll probably do just a set of 4, just to feel how my back squat's feeling. So the biggest thing I try and focus on, especially like deadlifts, back squats, front squats, is really bracing through the core. And I guess it's like a sensation of like if you knew someone was going to hit you in the stomach, what would you do? You brace, keep this really tight and core. So it's sort of like you're sort of pushing your stomach out, but contracting the abs as well. And that's what you want to have when you are descending and ascending as well. So almost like you are holding your breath here to here, catch your breath again at the top, back down, back down. You don't really want to be catching your breath again or taking in a breath at the bottom. It's holding your breath up and down, bracing. So yeah, just looking to have, everyone's a bit different. I like to go maybe just somewhere outside, maybe more in line with my shoulders because I've got wide shoulders. Not really under my hips, a little bit wider. Not really too turned out, maybe slightly turned out. I find that's pretty good for me. Try and get myself hand grip just outside shoulder width. Really try and actually, when I'm at the bottom of a squat, is actually try and press the bar up as well. So when I'm at the bottom, I'm actually trying to get my elbow under the bar and help me get out of the bottom as well. Yeah, let's just do a couple more upsets at 60. So another thing I try and do is when I go to descend is try and lead with the hips going back first. So little slight little back and then break out the knees, go down, come out of the bottom. So that's what I'm thinking as well every time I'm doing my back squats. All right, so I might jump to 100. So I got this idea from Jason Kalipa. He's been doing a lot of follow-alongs. I think it's actually really good. Actually just see what goes through their mind who's more experienced than you. So obviously if you've been doing CrossFit or this sort of stuff for a while, you pretty much know what you're doing, but for a lot of new guys, sometimes it's hard to take it in the class. Whereas here you can sit back and you can replay it, maybe get a few cues, a few ideas might just resonate that you hadn't thought of that I just mentioned, that I go through. All right, so here I might try a set of 3. Still warming up, just feeling the weight. Know that I've got some heavy 2s coming up. Get nice and tight on the way down, really brace. Yeah, that's feeling heavy. Nice. Another thing that I recently had some trouble with was a lot of side pain that I was getting through my right leg. The rectus femoris was overactive. It was taking all the load on everything. And it turns out my big foot just wasn't gripping the ground. So it was just a little bit of putting a massage ball around about here and just flattening that out. And I haven't been doing too much of it lately. It's pretty good. I can always feel like I've got 3 points of contact. My big toe and the sides of my heels, they're into the ground. Some people might say have a sensation of screwing in your feet, helps turn on the glutes as well, or the high glutes. Or also do a lot of high glute activation stuff as well, which is a real big game changer for me. These now really turn on. They weren't turning on enough. So you can definitely search for that. If you're getting any like really weird sort of pain in your quads or around that IT band reason, it might be something a bit higher up, it's not turning on. That could be a game changer for you. All right, so I might do 2 at 120. Still warming up, haven't hit my first set yet. Don't know how I'm gonna go today. Hitting these numbers, but we'll see. All right. I haven't been looking at the clock, but I know I've been talking between sets and I feel recovered. So let's do the next one. So we're gonna go 2 at 120. And let's see how it feels. All right, 2 at 120. Oh, yeah, that feels heavy. Woo. All right, nice. All right, so my first working set's supposed to be 128. So I think I'll be all right with that, but up above that, I don't know today. It's quite hot here on the Gold Coast, 30 degrees. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's my second session. But we'll see how we go. So I might actually put my belt on now. I find the best thing about the belt is when you're doing really low reps, really heavy, and it's just a really good cue to get that brace here. If you put the belt right across your belly, not down below your hips, right across the belly, really super tight. I just find it locks you in, really braces you. I actually feel it does really help, especially when you're going really heavy. So I'll load this up to 128. Also, I could wear lifters as well, those Olympic weightlifting shoes. But I find if I do a lot of mobility, don't really need them. But maybe on a day where it's been a big week and I just didn't get to mobility and I'm a bit stiff in some areas, then this, just the cheat of the lifter is a good option. But I'm feeling all right today just to go in the sneakers. All right, I'll just go get my belt. Sorry, going off camera quite a lot. So it's been a big day for me today. Did deadlifts this morning, 2 RMs. So the hamstrings are probably gonna talk to me tomorrow, maybe Sunday, and let me know that they've been used. But they're feeling all right now. I'll just make sure I do some more stretching post this. So I've got my mic there at the back there, but that's all right. All right. Actually, I might just, I'll put this into my pocket so it's not rubbing. This might be me today, 128. All right. Oh, sweat's starting to pour off me. All right. So yeah, try and get it right on the belly button, as tight as you can get it. When you're going big, going heavy. All right, yeah, I can really feel it. Just yeah, I can feel really braced. Just not even trying to brace myself, just the belt. All right, so we're gonna go for a heavy 2. Yeah. I find if you yell, you get the lift as well, for sure. All right, so that was good. That actually felt my best out of all, even those warm-up ones. That felt good, and I think it's just that belt. Just make you really feel braced. Just feel really strong through the core, and then you feel confident that your legs will do the work. Okay, so it's a big jump because that was 80% of my 1 RM. Now it's calling for 143, and that's like 90%. So it's like asking me to jump. It's at 12. Oh yeah, it's like 143. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll give it a go. So it's almost 130 there. All right. All right. Hopefully I've charged up the iPhone enough. It was going on low power. We'll see how we go. Still ticking along there. Yeah, so when you're doing these smaller reps but heavier loads, rest in between. Don't rush it. Give yourself time to recover. All right. So it's supposed to be 143. All right. Let's see how we go. myself another 20 seconds. And we're gonna get it, just 2 reps is all we need. Okay, nice and tight. Wow, yeah. So I sort of felt on that second one, started to go into my toes a bit, especially through my right foot. It's probably just an old habit of using my right leg to do the work. But I sort of corrected it a little and was able to get sort of back in my heels a bit. But that felt not too bad. So yeah, I felt pretty good actually. All right. So my last one's supposed to be 150. The big 150, hey? All right, we'll give that a go. That's what it says. All right, just leave those there. Coming off. All right. So give myself at least another minute. So now that I'm sort of getting to like my 95%, I'll gauge how that first rep goes. If it really felt super heavy, I'll just call it at that. But if it's feeling good, I'll go for that second. All right. It's been 2 minutes. All right, let's just get this done, hey? Get this done. Get the belt nice and tight. All right. Lapel there. All right. Yeah. All right. Definitely think my 1RM has gone up. Okay. There you go. So we've done that today. So these Velcro belts are just awesome. You don't need those big leather ones. I think for CrossFit, really easy to get on and off. They do the job, enough tension. Plus when you're in Metcons and you might want to loosen it up for one movement, tighten it up for another, perfect. All right guys, hope you enjoyed that. It's my first follow along of what goes through my mind. when doing the back squat. You can see I'm breathing quite heavy, just from doing 2 reps. But yeah, hopefully you got some little cues or tips at what I do and what I try and focus on in my back squat. All right, until next time, enjoy.